Okay, so I was trying so hard not to talk about this or make a video about it. I really didn't want to, only because, let's face it, there's like so many different opinions about this that no matter what one I put out there, I'm gonna make someone pissed off at me. And I was trying to avoid that, but I did get requests, so I'm doing it for you guys and anybody else who's interested. These are my 2 cents. And I'm gonna put a disclaimer out right now because I feel like it's necessary. This video, this thing that I'm doing in the YouTube, these are all my opinions. And they're based off of things that I've seen or read about this matter. Yes, so cross your fingers, here we go. First of all, I just want to say this as a declaration to you guys, as you know that I talk about current events in Asian pop culture. I am never using Allkpop as a source again. Obviously, this is due to the controversy, which frankly is their fault because they were the first and only, I believe, English K-pop site to not only break the story, which is really only a story because Allkpop made it a story, but the only ones to post the incriminating pictures. So, Allkpop were the first ones to post the story, and even if other K-pop sites did, they didn't post the photos, guys. And you can argue a whole bunch of things to me. Like, let's start with the biggest reason I've seen in defense of Allkpop. They're a news site. They just report on what's happening. No, honey boo boo. Because, again, this wasn't news until they made it news. Allkpop said this is part of their bogus statement. We very clearly stated that if the photos were to show up online, we would have to write the story, as that is our job and duty as a news site. Please, they're as much a news site as Perez Hilton is a reporter for CNN. Let's say that, yes, they do report news sometimes, but have you seen the news to fluff ratio on that website? Fluff, by the way, constitutes selcas, Twitter updates, and of course, they're riveting opinion articles, including what boy group member would make the best anime character, and their never-ending Confessions of an Uncle fan series. Sound familiar? Let me tell you something. That isn't news. Also, I found this picture captured by somebody who has more time to look through Allkpop's timeline than me, posted in 2009 regarding 2PM's Taekyeon and his leaked photos. So, what are these possibly scandalous pictures that 2009's Allkpop was withholding? Pictures of Taekyeon's personal life, of him with friends, just hanging out. Okay, so Allkpop didn't want to invade his privacy because they were pre-debut photos with friends, but all ethics went out the window when it was personal photos of a naked girl? What changed over those 4 years, Allkpop? This only furthers the suspicion that these photos of Ailee were posted by her ex, who happens to be the vice president of Six Theory Media, who runs Allkpop. Because he runs that shit. So while other sites said no because they have a conscience, the VP just said, fuck it, I do what I want. So one has to wonder, did they have any ethics to begin with? Or does that just depend on which celeb it is? Or what? Well, kids, if you want a fun project to do tonight, go to Google, type in Alexa rank Allkpop, click the first result, then scroll to the near bottom where it's giving the description of what kind of website Allkpop is. There will be a hyperlink that says, want to see what Allkpop looked like in the past? If you didn't know about what kind of website Allkpop started out being, just go back to their archives after you press that link, and it will be in 2007-2008 at the top. Or, for those of you too unmotivated to look, let me show you this. Ailee isn't the only one with a scandalous past. But the difference between the two is that Ailee isn't a pretentious douche nozzle. If it's true that these pictures were around online before Allkpop posted them, guess what? No one noticed! The world literally could have kept on turning and gone on without knowing about Ailee's pictures But because it's Allkpop, one of the most popular K-pop sites, it of course blew up into a scandal. This matters, by the way, because Allkpop stated that they wouldn't post the story until they showed up online by someone else. That standard of someone else is a virus-ridden forum site equivalent to 4chan, but focused on showing off naked Asian chicks. Yeah, if that's their end-all be-all of, oh, there it is, we gotta make it a story now, that should tell you how credible they are. Their credibility tanks into the negative numbers upon finding out that Dispatch, a Korean gossip mag that dedicates literally its entire being to stalking celebrities to find out if they're dating, they wouldn't accept the story and the photos. They have more standards and moral high ground than Allkpop. That just blew my freaking mind. Okay, so I'm sick of talking about Allkpop directly, especially since we haven't even talked about Ailee. So I just wanted to say all that along with the statement that I won't be using them or Tokyo Hive, but let's be honest, who uses Tokyo Hive anymore? I do, however, want to direct you guys to some better websites that I've been using. The links are in the annotations around the name. They even talk about tons of indie K-pop bands, and they don't get paid to talk more about certain K-pop groups like some other websites. Okay, the goal of this video was not to recap everything. If you look at the websites I just posted for you, you'll find out everything in a professional and truthful manner about the situation. So I'm not gonna go over it and be like, so here's what you missed, because that would take up too much time, and since this is an ongoing scandal and investigation, boy do I hope that Ailee's agency sues the pants off of someone. There are tons of things that could still happen, so I'll just stick with my opinion of it all. Whether the ex-boyfriend in question was really the one who works at Allkpop or just some other random spiteful ex, although evidence has shown that I'm inclined to believe the former option, he is a genuine asshat. Yeah, someone like that, who can be so disgusting as to give out such private photos like that, deserves all the bad karma he gets and more. Of course, I don't think Ailee is without a little blame here, because after all, she took the photos. Whether or not it was for a lingerie company, as her company claims, or not is believable depending on who you talk to. I saw the photos. Yes, I know. I admit it. And she's, well, she's wearing different undies and giving poses that aren't so much sexual as they could be just her showing off her curves and assets that scam company wanted her to do. So I'm actually one of those people who does believe the claim, as strange as it sounds, but I'm not 100% convinced, if that makes sense. She, the ex, Allkpop, her company, depending on if Allkpop's statement about them having shown these photos to her company in the past and them doing nothing about it, if that's true, all of them are at fault. No one is blameless. Everybody gets a slice of the blame pie. No one is without fault here. But Ailee is the only one that can also be a victim in this. Yes, obviously it was a stupid mistake. I do blame it on her being young and naive. I don't know, what else can you really blame it on? But obviously she didn't mean for anybody else to see those photos, and with that level of privacy being exposed, please pardon the pun, I feel really bad for her. But have you seen her lately? There are pictures of her smiling, coming back from Japan to Korea. There are statements that she's still going to continue with Japanese promotions, and she just attended the Melon Music Awards, brought the house down, and won the top 10 award. If there was ever a time to compare her to Beyonce as she has been compared to in the past, it is definitely now, because she is coming out as a queen on top of the scandal. She is not letting it keep her down, and rightfully so. I feel like if she were to hide and mope as she has the right to, I think people would lose respect for her, only because it means that she's got something to be ashamed of, and she'd be giving up, essentially. But she's doing the total opposite and going out there in a way that just screams confidence, and I totally could not be prouder of her for that. And I just like the unity of Korean netizens and fans and non-fans alike. They're like really standing behind her in this amazing united front to protect her virtue, and I think this will actually make her even stronger because she's got the support to feel empowered by standing up to these malicious people. So fucking good for her. Good for her. I'm empowered by that. I think she'll be okay. I really do. Okay, So them's my opinions on the matter. Again, I didn't want to recap too much because you can look it up and find out what you missed yourself. But if you want clarification on something I said or have questions, please don't hesitate to comment below or message me and I'll share what I know. Also, and I provided links in the description below of some much better, if not just as adequate, news sites. Allkpop isn't the place to get the news on Korean culture, it's just one of the many. Also, consider this! Siwon of Super Junior, Kevin of UKISS, Min of Miss A, Amber of FX, Gina, and J Park have all unfollowed Allkpop on Twitter because of this controversy. Puts things in perspective, doesn't it? When K-pop celebs themselves are against Allkpop. And of course, I want to know what you think. Everyone seems to have slightly differing opinions on the matter, and I'm genuinely curious to see your stance on it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I just realized how red I might look. It's sweltering hot in my room, and I'm a little worked up. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. I know it was very long. I have a lot of feelings about the matter. And I will be back with some videos soon. I know Top is finally releasing his new song and video after what was it, like 3 years. I am so psyched, so I'll be doing a reaction video for that. But please stick around because I will be posting more stuff to come, and thank you guys for watching. Have a good day. Bye!